Okay, so I don't know how long I'm really gonna go for today. I don't know if it's gonna be like 3 full hours or not, or more closer to 2.5/2. Because I'm a little busy tonight. But I do want to have both games be done. I want to play both games today. And a hell expensive one? Oh, yeah, I bet. 50 physical. That's crazy. Yeah, Crosscode is a fantastic experience, honestly. It really is a game. It really is a great game. I'm excited for their new game, Alabaster Dawn. I still need to play the demo for that one. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, Crosscode's fantastic. Amazing soundtrack, amazing gameplay, you know, just a great, good RPG all around. And one that does just something unique, you know, with what it has. Not to sell them or something. Oof. Good luck. But yeah, anywho, for Trails today, we are going to be finishing Act 1 tonight. Tonight in-game. We will be finishing Act 1 today, and we'll be starting up Act 2, it seems, based on my guide. At least we'll see the introduction of Act 2. I don't know how much we'll get into Act 2, but we'll be into it. Also, Yorda as Peak. This whole sequence has been so good. This sequence is just so good, man. Van also now has a kid. Reen got Altina, Lloyd got Kia, and Estelle got Ren, and now Van has Yorda, so that's cool. I'm just also very curious as to the why. Also, she's walking around with... Is that a dagger? No, that's just a flap. I thought that was a dagger, and I'm like, how are we walking around here with a dagger just, like, casually hanging out there, you know? But, with that being said, yeah, let's just keep it going, because I don't want to dilly-dally too much. It's getting late. Should probably look this over before long.
Okay, gonna be hard to read from the back in this lighting, but we'll
Van already had Yume. This is Yume Erasure. Oh, you think her grandpa Victor would be okay with that? I mean, true. I guess that's not a false statement, but there's no way Victor's gonna be okay with that.
I can handle that part.
It's the brigade leader, Haruhi Suzumiya. Hello, welcome. Long time no see.
My night vision's pretty good thanks to the experiments the Gardens did on me.
Oh, that case, have at it. Hell of a thing to say so nonchalantly.
You know, you kind of get used to it.
Nothing here of note that I can see, except this old sticker thing.
If Kia counts for SSS, then Yume counts for the solutions office. I don't give a fuck. All right. I can concede to that. That is a valid logical statement.
Must be the municipal office's tracking ID tag. There's one on every bulletin board. Not seeing any torn paper bits, though. That person just now. They were wearing an Aramis uniform.
Was that Anya's?
Couldn't be her, could it?
You just need to get in, finish up Cold Steel. Oh yes, definitely do so.
She was wearing regular clothes last I saw her.
What the heck? What?
I swear, that was the same hair color as...
Van, we might have bigger problems.
Hey! Somebody's here, and something feels off about them.
Oh, right. She's making the shadows thicker?
Damn it. No response in Louvre or Chardin. This urban legend is absurd. Who would devise a process so markedly inefficient? And to top it off, he hasn't even responded. You like the Northern War anime? What parts of it did you like? A fan of yours? Not likely. Wait, I recognize this guy. I may as well just post one here too. I'll take it down in 2 or 3 days. If I still get no response, I'll have to resort to leaning on my underworld connections. Then I'll stick the authorities on this Spriggan and whatever he calls himself and have him rot in a cell. Thanks, but I'll pass. I like my freedom too much. Where did you come from? I could have sworn no one was here a second ago. In case you haven't looked up at the sky in a while, it's a little dark out. Probably just didn't see us. And he's wearing sunglasses. Now, about that 4SPG you got there, how about you give me the lowdown? Does that mean you're him? Van Arkwright, Spriggan, at your service. Don't know where that urban legend thing is coming from, but yeah. Your name, on the other hand, popped up in the finance column of today's Terrell Times. I didn't read that! Oh no! I forgot to read it. Curious to hear what Henri Valentino, Deputy Secretary for the Department of Commerce, needs my help with. Shh, don't go spewing out my identity out loud, you fool. To think, rumors of a Spriggan in the capital were true after all. So then, what's your story, little girl? I'm one of my temp part-timers. Don't mind her, she knows how to keep a secret. But if the details of my request were to be leaked to the public, I'd be ruined. Chill out, my man. She may not look it, but she's a consummate pro in this line of work. In fact, I think she could be a real asset to you. Or what, you got something against kids, Mr. Deputy Secretary? Nothing of the sort. I suppose having someone from the younger crowd could be useful, considering who it is you'll be dealing with. I only ask that you understand my prudence in this matter. I can't afford to let this get out. What's the stuffy old man's deal? Is he some kind of high-level official or something? He's at the tippy top of the Department of Commerce. Also has a reputation for being a sly opportunist. Heard through the grapevine, a fair amount of his sky-high income is bribe money. The CID must be looking the other way if true. I trust that what is said in this car stays in this car. While Mira is no object, know that if word of this gets out, I'll have the authorities on you in a heartbeat. Are we quite clear? Crystal, I won't tell a soul, mister, promise. Permission to trap this prick in my shadow for a few days, then toss him out buck naked? Denied. Yo, honestly, if Daybreak wanted to be more of a dark game like it tried to be back in Daybreak 1, they should have just done more of this. This is like exactly what they needed to do. Be more shady and have Yorda around. Gotcha. So you're concerned about your son's strange behavior. Just to confirm, his full name's Jeffrey Valentino, right? As in, the leader of the notorious Desire Gang? Oh shit, it's him! Correct. He's supposedly popular amongst rowdier lots. Not that I particularly care or mind. He got himself arrested by the Guild in February and was even in prison for a while. Considering my position, I was left with little choice but to post his hefty bail. The tidy sum I paid to keep the tabloids and papers at bay set me back quite a bit, as well. Oh, and don't get any funny ideas about using this as leverage against me, or one call to my connections to CID in your history. He doesn't know, does he? Chill, we ain't in the business of blackmail. Bet he's bluffing about the CID connections part. Back on topic, you mentioned that after you bailed your son out, he was in a state of near insanity? Kept spouting what sounded like nonsense, as if he was afraid that something and would barely eat. That about sum it up?
You didn't see what that monster did to our guys. I never want to lay eyes on that thing again.
Now, was it the... It was the Zolga, right?
If we went up against it, we'd be slaughtered for sure.
More or less. I have no clue what happened to him, but after the fact, he shut himself away at home. If only it stayed that way until everything blew over. But he's been sneaking out every night for the past month or so, right? Much to my chagrin, yes. Even after I started locking him in his room. Every blasted time he managed to escape and subsequently disappear without a trace. Sounds like the kid's basically still in prison. Okay, I think we got the gist of the situation. Just one more question. Is there any particular way you'd like this 4SPG to be settled? We'll keep everything in confidence, but bear in mind, I'm going to be handling this my way, at least to some extent. That's right. You can kill my son. No. No, we wouldn't do that. Probably. Would we? July 9th, 10 p.m., I think it was that. Ellen and Yache next week. You think? Welcome to chat, Shinobokucho 404. Is this on PSC or PS5? This is on PC. I do have all my graphics set up at high, and I think I have. When I get to gameplay, I will tell you what my settings are. But yes, this is on PC. But welcome. Hope you enjoy your stay here. It's always so peaceful around here at night. Still, didn't expect to wind up in Lurv twice in one day. You should? Maybe. So, what now? After all that garbage, are we really gonna do that old snob's request? On that, I will ask one thing. Stop my son from causing me any more trouble than he already has. To that end, you may use whatever means you see fit. Whether that be intimidation or even breaking a bone or two, I don't give a damn. I'll draw the line at letting him die, however. If a funeral were to be held, the media would descend upon me like the vultures they are. He did all that mouthing off about his son, then he drove off to go live it up in the Chardon district. Is that really what normal families are like? Nah, I wouldn't say so. That said, families come in all shapes and sizes. They're all a little different. Wondering how I could get like that graphics-wise? Yeah, once I get to gameplay, I'll tell you. Nothing a baseball bat can't handle. True. What's up, Rafi? How's it going, man? Moin. And this one's got a problem child who's always out of the house by about 10:30. As it so happens, my mansion is the most affluent neighborhood in all of Leuve. Just between us, it's uphill from President Gramhart's residence. Our backyard was recently outfitted with a pool. The number of maids on staff has increased tenfold, and wow, this is some impressive like graphics work with the cut-in and everything. Let's go see his earth-shattering, ordained by the goddess mansion of his for ourselves. Depending on how things go, I might need one of those shadow powers of yours, okay? It's always I need this and I need that with you. Fine. Emily, huh? She's so cute. Okay, so looking at settings real quick, if I go over to display, I am on a 2K monitor. I have VSync off. I'm capping at 120, and I have the farthest FOV possible. I have HDR off. However, though, my monitor does support HDR at 400 nits, which is like the most pointless thing possible. But rather what I do is when I'm playing personally on most Falcom games now, I will actually just go into my monitor settings and turn HDR effect on. So I still get the nice parts of HDR with some better colors and lighting, but I don't have to do it in-game where things get a bit washed out and very weird. Going to graphics, motion blur is off, depth of field is on. Everything is on high because I am running a 3080. I have details and fog down to medium. Shadows always stay one step lower than they come as. Just in general, when it comes to gaming and whatnot, if you find that you need a little bit more frames, always turn down shadows. They're probably some of the more computationally intense things graphics can do. And you really don't need high-end graphics personally. I mean, if we even just look at this, right? I can set this to very high, and it's like, okay, yeah, cool. But then look at Van and Yorda's shadow when I come back down to medium. Am I really missing that much? Not really. My resolution scale stays the same. I have DLSS 3 on. I think you can go up to 4.5, but I don't have the GPU needed for 4.5. I find that while 4 does look nice, you can kind of see it in the distance there with the umbrellas and the cafe over there. I can live with a slight downgrade on 3. And of course, off is also just fine as well. But I do kind of like the smoothness that DLSS 3 comes in. Set the portrait super sampling to medium, 4x MSAA if you can for anti-aliasing, and yada yada. And the rest I just kind of keep, like, whatever. You could probably get away with keeping color precision to standard versus ultra, but you know. The problem is with me streaming this, a lot of the quality does get kind of lost. So do that as you will, my friends. Do that as you will. Anywho, we're in the Chardon district. And there's a couple of things I think I can go around. I think there's a portal in this area that I don't know if I got when I was here the first time.
Let's do a search.
Yeah, I see it over there. No problem. Happy to help out.
Now where?
Wow.
Reward deposited.
Why, thank you. On the bright side, it does not seem like any of the shops have anything, so we could just kind of take a very quick look around and see if there's any named NPCs that I really care about. Oh, like these guys. Oh, she is mad. Any costumes for Van and others this time around? Well, there's all the DLC. In game, you get some things, but I don't have any. There's a plenty of DLC though, and I think the Grim Garden is back, so you can get a lot of outfits from there as well. Well, it's called the Mayhem Garden back in Daybreak 2. But they call it the Grim Garden this time around, and that also is basically the same thing. So you can just get a lot of the costumes from there as well, like the Z-Racer outfits.
The view from here is even better at night.
Yeah, it's nice, I guess. I wonder if he's seeing this from wherever he is, too.
This game is pretty. You have to admit, this game is on the prettier side. I do think what Falcom has with their stylized graphics is pretty good. I would rather...
Let's do a search.
Oh my goodness. I would honestly more of this than Unreal Engine realism. But that's me, because I'm biased and a weeb. The Minecraft job is kind of epic for me as a geologist, and also Minecraft Dungeons too. Ooh. Very exciting. But I've always really just been a general fan of Falcom graphics. My only real gripe really comes with Ys, and I feel like they can do better with Ys. I mean, Proud Nordics I think looks pretty good now. Some of the lighting changes and everything, but I do think they can put a little bit more effort there. If we were doing New Game Plus, we're still let's keep the costumes from the gacha. They don't? That's lame. It's adding sulfur and cinnabar, stuff I've messed with a lot. Oh. Wait, so it's like a real, like, it's real, like, stones and materials you can get? Well, this is the address. Still not 10:30 yet. Should we go ahead and begin our stakeout? Yeah, sure. Wow. It's a little early. We can go ahead and... Oh, wait, shit! Apparently that's the case. Damn, that sucks. You good? No, I'm not good. I forgot my onpon rolls and milk. We can't do a stakeout without onpon rolls and milk. Yes, I'll call Hermes. Wait, damn it! She's not delivering! Oh, goddess, why have you forsaken me? Here, if you promise to shut up, I'll give you this jawbreaker. She's so good. Here, it's the opposite. Normally the grandpa gives you the caramel. Now it's the kid giving him a jawbreaker. Oh, baby, don't mind. Don't! That's the shit the Oathbreaker uses. 10:27 p.m. Want to talk about it? Aww. Nice hardwood shit. I know, right? The wind will keep anyone from hearing. As long as we keep it down, it should be fine for us to chat. Stakeouts are normally a slog when you're alone, but as luck would have it, I've got a partner tonight.
Ix has gone missing.
Oh.
Thought so. Hasn't been that long since the Oathbreaker made the two of you enforcers. Did something happen after that?
No, not really. There's a certain perk we enforcers get. The society basically gives us complete and total freedom to do whatever.
And arguably too much.
Sounds like a terrible idea, doesn't it? At first, we were both over the moon.
$20B. He's the biological child of Gerard Dantes and was born to the DQG cult, becoming a member of the Gardens after its eradication. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I may or may not have forgotten the fact that he's a biological child of Gerard Dantes. I knew about the cult, but I may have forgotten that other part.
Unlimited Mira, no orders we had to follow. We could even pass on the Anguis's requests if we didn't feel like doing them. Some of our missions were pretty fun, exciting even. Felt like a good way to make use of our powers, too. And more than anything, we no longer had to kill when it wasn't necessary. In the Gardens, collateral damage was pretty much a given for improving our request completion rates. It's not how it works in the society, though. To kill or not to kill, to drag others into our fights or leave them be. Those calls are left to us. Oh, and it's not like I have any problem with killing.
Okay.
Before, though, it wasn't even a choice. And now it suddenly is. And I guess I feel like it's the kind of thing I need to think through. Weigh the pros and cons, you know?
Wow.
But Ix doesn't see it that way.
You two ain't gonna see eye to eye on everything. Doesn't matter if you're twins or not. Even for slightly atypical families like yours, that's only natural.
Slightly, huh?
I told you, didn't I? Every family's just a little bit different. It's funny, I don't even know what my own parents look like, so I guess I'm one to talk on this. But here's how I look at it. In that environment, you learn to reconcile with each other's differences, even accept them, and be there for one another when you or they need it. If you think you can't reconcile or accept them, just remember there's a small part of them in you too. I think maybe that's what it means to be a family.
Do you think that's true of this guy and his son, too?
If I didn't, I wouldn't have taken the job. Speaking of whom, this kid had a rep for being too smart for his own good back when he was the leader of Desire. Though now I'm starting to think he inherited his old man's slow wit. Ah.
Man, that was a great conversation. That was a fantastic conversation. And I know it had to be cut short because it had to be for story purposes. But I think this was a fantastic conversation. We really are, I think, missing this vibe from Van a lot. We missed it entirely in Daybreak 2, honestly. We really did not get it a lot. We had it more in Daybreak 1. I guess we had it in Daybreak 2 with Catre coming to terms with this, you know, angelic self and everything. But this is kind of what I wanted more from this arc in general. And what I feel is missing. And for as meme-worthy as Cold Steel is, and as preachy anime as Cold Steel is as a whole, they did know how to intersperse these moments quite a lot more within that era, especially in Cold Steel 1 and 2.
In that environment, you learn to reconcile with each other's differences, even accept them, and be there for one another when you or they need it. If you think you can't reconcile or accept them, just remember there's a small part of them in you too.
Yeah, and I just Damien Haas, you said it perfectly. Just he nails this role. You can tell he enjoys playing Van too. Whenever you see him talk about voicing Van, but like I don't know. I want more of this, and I hope Falcom can see that. I think really what it is ever since Cold Steel 4 even, when they just have this meme that they go in with, it becomes so one note. And it's not like Trails hasn't always been that way. Zero and Azure definitely started. Crossbell is the worst with it at times too, with Lloyd and everyone kind of like riding on him, and like Lloyd having to be the only smart one there. But if you go back to when I streamed Zero for the first time too, I said it often. Lloyd is like Zero's writing shines the most when Lloyd isn't with the full party. Whenever it was like Lloyd and Ellie, Lloyd and Tio, Lloyd and Randy, Lloyd and Noel and Wazi, and when everyone was far apart from each other in Azure, that is when a lot of the character writing really shined in Crossbell. I speak a lot about Cold Steel 1 and 2 with its writing, with how they kind of had people separated for a long time. But by the time you get to Cold Steel 4 and Reverie, I mean, Reverie kind of fixes it with Rufus's arc and everything, but, you can still, even then, you look at it and it's like, oh my god. Daybreak 2 was just the same trope over and over and over again for a lot of it. But I remember but for those who were here, remember how much I complimented Act 2-B when it was Anya's, Nadia, and Swin. Because again, you have to force the character development to happen. You have to force the character development to happen when not everyone is around. And Act 2-B, I still think, did a really good job with that, with Nadia, Swin, and Anyas. Especially with Nadia and Swin. Everyone seems like a moron when Lloyd's around. And no one ever mentions that. When everyone gets so surprised when people rank Azure or Zero as low games on their lists. And they're like, why? It's so good. And I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of really good high highs in Crossbell. Arguably more than in Sky in some ways. There's a lot of good high highs in Crossbell. But, God, oh boy. You cannot ignore the fact that the amount of the tropes and the amount that they just dumbify everyone, and whenever Lloyd is around and have him do everything. Oh my goodness gracious. And coming back to the Calvard arc, I think that's kind of what's really missing, because Daybreak 1, I think, did a fine job of like, okay, we're going to change the tone, right? We're in this modern era. Everyone has cars, everyone has bikes, everyone has cell phones, we got movies, we got technology. We're changing the tone to be a bit more shady, and we're going to keep you in Edith. That's fine. We did that perfectly well. Anyas is learning how to understand the underground. We have Fairy, who's a Jaeger. We have Aaron, who is from Longlie and kind of in the between of his morality of like, I will fuck any woman in sight type thing, versus I will be there for my family and my boys when I need it, And then everyone else. Honestly, everyone else. We don't find out more about Ketria and Reset until Daybreak 2, and Judith is established as a gimmick, unfortunately. Like, I like her as a character, but I just, outside of that, it's undeniable that she really just doesn't do much, does she? She's the girl failure, yeah. But, like, meaningful stuff, like, what is she really doing? I couldn't really tell you. And then, of course, there's Bearguard, right? And we all know how much we freaking despise having Bearguard around, because the fucker should be dead, but whatever. But then it's just like, you look at Daybreak 1 after all, like, the running around, you look at Daybreak 2 with all the running around and more stuff, and it's like, God, man, why we really didn't have this. This is what we need. And I think so far, even in this, I think we've had a good amount of moments for this. But I do agree with Eric that this whole section is very, very peak, because we're getting the writing that I think should have been there from the beginning of this Calvard arc. And I wish upon a star that there was a way to tell Falcom, hey, do more of this. I understand your sales really suck and you need to find ways to sell your Trails games as much as possible. In Japan right now, I totally, truly understand it. But it is it is undeniable that I think if more of this came out, you could get more people to stay. TLDR, give me more of these conversations, please.
Okay, let's follow him.
And have less 10 plus party members. I would love that.
Now, where are you off to?
Maybe we shouldn't use my shadow powers here.
Huh, good call. Bust those out and you might get suspicious. Let's stick with the tried and true.
Well, with Gigi now getting into Trails, there might be actually a sales boost. That's true. That's true.
Let's do a search.
I can agree with that. All it takes, I mean, you know, even with Alira playing it, and we don't care about Niji Sanji, but even with Alira playing it, like it's gonna make a difference.
Let's do a search.
Search time. Ah, shit, that was close.
Seems like he's paranoid about people following him.
Which is a telltale sign that he's got something to hide.
You're not... Where'd you come from, bud?
Search time.
Yeah, the more high profile as we get, the better. Exactly. Wait, is that showing up on screen? Is that chat message showing up on screen, chat? The restream stuff? The bot? I can't tell.
Search time.
I would prefer it, but not, whatever.
Now where?
But I think with Gigi, it's gonna help a lot. I mean, I will say, like, we even like outside of big games, we got Sarah key into Trails, and that's been helping a ton too. You know? Nope. Awesome. I gotta fix that then. Whatchamacallit? You know, Sarah key being a prominent cage, you know, tuber. Isn't it against Twitch TOS or whatever? No, actually, they took it away. They finally took that away.
Let's do a search.
But you know, she got into Trails and is now almost done with Azure, and she gets like what 300 plus people on her streams like every time, if not more.
Now where?
So
I could have sworn. No, I must be imagining things. I have to be on time for the rising of the dawn.
He's mumbling something to himself.
I've got a bad feeling about all this. Well, come what may, we gotta press on. I think the end's in sight, but still, stay sharp.
your stream stuff gonna show up in a good few months. No one told me.
Now where?
I didn't no one tell me. She's gonna be going on Cold Steel pretty soon too. Exactly. Oh my god, I can't wait for her to get to Cold Steel 1. Honestly, she's gonna love Cold Steel 1. I truly think she's gonna love Cold Steel 1 because I know she's a big Persona fan too. Like Cold Steel 1, especially in 2, I think is gonna be so good for Sarah Key. Oh no, bitch.
Search time.
Because as much as annoying as the Persona style gameplay of Cold Steel 1, I thought it was intentional. Oh no. Oh no. I don't care about that. It's okay. No one knew. They knew that that's probably best that no one told me because of the whole Twitch term of service. I'm just giving you shit. But like you hear Cold Steel 1's opening and you know you're in for a good time. God, I listen to Cold Steel's 1 soundtrack so often. It's so good. God, I love that. I love 1 and 2 so much. Did we lose him? No, he went in there. Goalie, don't get yourself banned, please. I will do my best. For what it's worth, I was doing multi-streaming and all that stuff before it was even allowed. A door to the maintenance area. More specifically, a junction point under shared management between the subway company and the Metropolitan Expressway Authority. The lay of the land forced the MEA to run the expressway through a tunnel, so they ended up sharing space with the subway system. It's a well-known passageway. Lets people have the experience of going deep underground while passing through whatever, whether by car or train. Huh. Well, anyway, I doubt this place is open to the public. If there are those footprints leading right inside. Yep. The only time I'm allowed to be banned is after I hit 10 years. Half joking. The moment Atrocious raid plays, you know shit's about to get real. Legit though! It's so true! The introduction to Cold Steel 1 is so hype! And Reen wasn't boring. He was good in Cold Steel 1 and 2. And then he got boring. And then he got good again in Reverie. Things are probably gonna get hairy from here on. You ready to head in, or do you need a minute? Nah, danger's where I thrive. Let's not waste any more time and get this over with.
Now where?
Goodies. But no, I won't get myself banned, don't worry. As much as I dislike things about CS. That's why I only look at, whenever I really bring it up, I really only bring up Cold Steel 1 and 2. 3 and 4 is, even 3 to a degree still has a lot of amazing moments in it, but 4 is where things get so sketchy with it.
All charged up.
It only got hype moments in Aura bad like in CS3 and 4. Yeah, exactly. And even 3 has a lot of good moments in it too.
Okay. There. Got you. Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Here goes.
So let me know if game audio is too loud.
Let's do a search.
That monster. It looks different. Not again. Again? You've seen these things before? That's a secret. I knew we wouldn't find him right here, but why did his track suddenly disappear? That's because they didn't. Look over there. Green, the curse. A curse! You ran along the walls? Does this Jeffrey guy have the same tech as the one weirdo on your crew or something? I can't really picture the guy pulling out a compact and going skin-tight suit mode like she does, no. Doesn't look like a parkour maneuver either. Shit, something about this reeks fierce. Still, at least all the threads are finally weaving together. I mean, Cold Steel 2 also has its problems with the whole Kiseki saves and everything, but God, I like, you look back fondly on Cold Steel 1 and 2 especially, and it's like, there was a comfortable time of gaming there. There was a comfortable, fun RPG duology here. But I rank it much higher than most people do, personally. He might have gotten ahead of us, but that doesn't mean we should rush. I'm sure he came here with a purpose in mind. That said, we don't have time to call him back up, so I'll be leaning on you extra hard, Shadow Eater. Fine by me. I'll show you how much better I am compared to your assistants.
I'm up.
Now where?
Yeah, there. Ranged attack. Ha, there. Go.
In my mind, Kiseki saves is a CS3 phenomenon.
With my support.
That won't be necessary. It got worse in Cold Steel 3. It only really was bad in Cold Steel 2 in the final dungeon.
Keep your eye out for ranged attack.
Dude, Yorda's powerful as fuck. What do you mean? Yeah, she is better than my assistant. She's powerful as shit.
Let's do a search.
Oh! 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 God! Oh! 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 Aura! We have Aura! Oh my goodness gracious! Oh! Oh, clean. Why is this so cool? What do you mean? What is this so cool? Shadow Clone Jitsu shit. What the fuck? Oh my god. This is hype. Wait, this is actually so good. The fuck? Like the walk. Look at that. This is so cool. What the heck? I'm like a kid. What the heck?
Result of my support.
What the heck? That's so good. Oh, I do fucking look at this shit. What the hell is so good? What the hell? And the walking animation with the oh my god, I'm so happy. Yeah, if you go into audio, there's an option for show BGM information. They brought this in when they ported over when Geofront did Zero Azure English translation. They brought that over, and they've kept it around since Reverie. I think Reverie had it too. But Daybreak 1, PH3, the people that do help with the PC port, they have this option. So you can have it display the track information either once or always. I like always, but given my review for the game as CS3 is good, the Cold Steel talk is amusing me. Legit. I love you. She's a little bit of everything and everyone. It's that this shit. It's the little things, but this shit is so fucking cool. It's aura. Freaking hell.
This place reminds me of when I was chasing 3 and 9. I kept taking all these twists and turns until they finally
I'm sorry, what?
pissed me off. I was so pissed.
Well, at least this place.
You mean you were chasing them at the beginning of Daybreak 2? Or whatever they were?
First moves Onyx.
Holy heck almighty. Alright, what are your crafts? Dirge Blade, Hand of Sanatel, Jawbreaker for Bless. You have a Restore? You have a Restore craft? You are better than all my teammates. Oh, a little bit of everything for everyone. Yeah.
Hand of Satanile! Stun them! Now or never, Arkride.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Sure, whatever. Here's a freebie.
Why is this so good?
Good stuff.
Go!
You just need to do stuff like this and you already have my attention. I will be the most happiest camper alive if you do shit like this.
Let's do a search. Go!
Ranged attacks.
Go! I don't have a choice.
She's an Uo, a society member. Hers has sick combat, great story, and chuny as fuck. And also a Kudere. We haven't seen a good Kudere in a while, have we? I guess Altina was the last one. But then she didn't really she dropped her Kudere act. B also too. Oh wait, I've got a thingy. What did I get? Fuck. I got
Are you?
Clotho. Arts damage increases when HP is lower. Ooh. Can't imagine anyone hating Yorda. And she likes cats. There's no reason anyone should hate on Clotho. So that gives me a 7 Mirage and 5 Earth. Okay, so if I do these. Miraji. Wait, Mirage. No, that's space. I know how to do words.
Your orb meant for you.
Space and Earth. What do I need space and Earth for? Autocrest. Ha! Okay, well even then. You can get Avenging Arts and actually you could get Absorbing and Avenging Arts then. If you do it right in the drive line. You could get Seraphic Force basically for free, which Agnes would love. Anyone really. And nothing in the attack line. Aside from that, why would you ever want your mage on low HP? Yeah, I will probably still put it on Agnes. Also, this dungeon theme is quite nice. I like this theme. It's very chill.
Deploying shards.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my goodness gracious. Alright, well, let me just do one of these, I guess. Fine bullets.
Feeling good. Snap. Feeling good. You're a goner. See ya.
Cool camera, bro.
My chance!
Use a shard boost. Show them what you got.
Damn, we're in the Middle East with wilding. Yeah, it's pretty bad. We don't need to talk about it here. We're playing RPGs.
Guys are tougher than they look.
Might be short on manpower, but we're just gonna have to play with the cards we were dealt.
Oh, you have Pluto's Nova? That's crazy. You gotta work. My wife stole my earphones, so no audio for me. See? Tell the wife I said hi. Bye bye.
Now it's my turn.
Earth and Mirage. No, you're already blinded.
My chance!
This now it's my turn.
Can I just death blow you, honestly?
Spike.
Can you be death?
You're asking for it now.
Yes, you can be mute, blinded, and a lot of other stats too. We'll pass on the high. Yay.
Initiating drive. Use a shard, but certain arts will work better.
Islamic government involved has France in range. Why France?
Displaying enemy stats.
No! I wanted to do the art!
Feeling good.
Initiating drive.
There. Feeling good.
Oh man.
Wish upon the night sky. Nocturne blessing. Now or never, Arkwright.
Use a shard boost to get the upper hand.
Fill him with holes! You'll pay for that!
Dude, all I want in life is just to get a death blow. Alright? I just want death blow.
Keep it down, Yorda!
Together. How about this? Not bad.
You fucking idiot. Alright. Alright, Ale. Alright. Nope, only the enemies are allowed. What's up, Heisei? What do you mean only the enemies are allowed? I want a death blow. I have Shadow Spear for a reason. These mixed breed monsters are no slouches. Use is singular or plural. Both. Have you heard the news? It can be taken as both. But I think, yeah, it's both, really. These mixed... Yeah, wish we could do something about that weird light. If Ix were here, he could have... Oh yeah, we got interrupted earlier. You were telling me about how the little your bro went missing? Uh-huh.
Like I was saying earlier, we became enforcers and handled the Anguis's requests.
Is not really the time for this?
At one point, I said to Ix, it's kinda nice not having to do all that pointless killing for a change. And in response,
What? Yeah, real funny, Yorda. Wait. You're not serious, are you?
Is
from
that
that day on,
is Ix
the two
Bryce
of us started
Papenbrook?
falling more and more out of step. When we took work from the Anguis, Ix would go on a rampage, killing people in the bloodiest ways possible. He dragged innocents into it too. At that point, I said enough was enough and tried to stop him.
So now that, according to you, all everyone gets a kid companion, and so would be of a Trails trope, I guess.
when I did.
I guess we really aren't the same, are we, Yorda?
Where does that lead the teens? They just kind of go wherever. They can either be adopted or become evil.
Even back when we were in the gardens and used that poison to kill everyone. You didn't want to go through with it, did you? You only played along because you pitied me.
Is it a Trails trope in Sky Times? Yep. Actually, it's probably the longest running trope.
Because I'm broken and can't do anything right, huh? Is that it? Is that what you think of me?
Wow.
After that, he vanished. I tried talking with Harwood and Retzi about it, but they said he hadn't gone back to the Society. It's been a little over a month since all that, I think.
Gotcha.
I was gonna invite you to play the earlier ones. Alternative Saga's Fault. Yes! I'm telling you, you will, Ale, you will get over your thing of how dated the graphics look and everything and how the gameplay is. You will play Olive Trails. I know you're gonna play Olive Trails, you're gonna love it.
So you gave me a 4 SPG in the hopes I might be able to sniff out your brother's trail.
Because I'm broken and can't do anything? I want to read this again. It's the modern combat later on. Oh, yeah, because I know you don't like hybrid. Yeah, that's true. I know you don't like hybrid, actually.
Yep, that about sums it up. While searching for clues, I found a lead that pointed to him being in Edith. Too bad this place is so huge. If he wanted to hide from me, he'd have no trouble doing that here. That's when I remembered your offer to help, and I figured, what do I have to lose at this point? I was waffling for a bit, but everyone seems to say you have this amazing sense of smell, so...
Just to clarify, that whole smell bit is more figurative than literal. It's more I got a keen sense for things.
Yeah, I got that much. And I get your sweets thing too, but your I've seen and know everything crap is annoying. And stupid.
Call him out. Get him. Get him for it.
Sure, go for the throat, why don't you?
It's okay though. I had fun, and I learned something, I think. Which is that even slightly atypical people like us can still find a little bit of normal in ourselves.
Gosh, he's such a good character.
And thanks to you, I have a hint on how to do that.
Glad to hear it. That said, we ain't done with tonight's 4 SPG just yet. Okay, good chat, but let's...
Oh!
Damn it! Not one of these.
The heck is that?
Shit. Probably would have been able to take this thing if Master and Elaine were here. The odds are looking grim. But I can't give in.
You stupid monster.
Oh, that was some good camera work.
Back!
That's my line.
Well, speak of Kisa. Oh!
What are you
Great
two
camera
doing
work.
here?
The Angel of Slaughter. And that woman who works with Hayway.
Short time no see, Van. I hope we aren't interrupting your playdate. Oh, and Little Miss Shadow Eater. That title belongs in the dark recesses of history, where I left it.
Did you seriously just call me Little Miss?
Everyone, please focus. If it's like the one in the culvert, our attacks won't be very effective against it.
You know, Risha should have just been left behind in Crossbow.
All right.
I'll say it.
Get ready.
She has not done much interesting in Calvar, despite this being her homeland and everything in Heiyue. But
My, how cowardly. Or perhaps that wasn't a mere tactical retreat.
all she's done is gotten bigger tits.
These monsters seem much more of a threat than I'd first imagined. I had the same thought, and we've likely yet to see what they're truly capable of.
Anyway, appreciate the save, you two. Now, if you don't mind me asking, what the hell are you doing here? And how much of our conversation did you catch?
That's progress. We've gone backwards. Oh!
Okay, Ren, so you were analyzing the street camera footage of the missing persons, and you just happened to bump into Risha while she was tracking down Easterners who disappeared.
That's the long and short of it, yes.
I could believe that.
I had my Hollow perform automated analysis on that data as part of a request from the guild.
And they should have left her poops alone. So true.
Which pointed me to the area underneath Leva, so I decided to investigate
Lirv.
on my own accord. I briefly considered inviting Agnes along, but she seemed awfully worn out. No doubt on account of her grueling counsel and part-time work.
What you got again? They're too big.
On my end, Ashen asked me to find the missing Easterners. Using divination, the Li and Lu families analyzed all of the information Heiyue had gathered, and we found several prospective sites.
Again, she just has not done anything interesting in this arc, personally.
This place was one of the possibilities on the list.
Wild doesn't even begin to describe those stories. Well, you both stumbled on the right place, so congrats, I guess. Okay, what's the plan now?
What else? We're gonna make use of the resources in front of us. You good with teaming up?
Naturally. With the four of us together, that monster will hardly prove a match. I have no objections either. I'm grateful to have your help, Van. That goes for you as well, Shadow E. I mean, Yorda, right?
You can drop the polite act, Shongsho. We both live and work in the shadows, so I get if niceties aren't your thing.
She's only nice to Lloyd.
That's not...
Let's save the chit-chat for later. Our target's probably already found his way to his destination, and the other missing people being there with him is a safe bet. What I see here is a prime chance to complete 3 requests. The guild's, Heiyue's, and mine, in one fell swoop. So, fellow Gray Zone operators, what say we turn this situation...
That sounds like a plan.
Look at that!
Only you can make a line like that convincing. Well, Yorda, is that acceptable for you as well?
It's so bad!
I'm just a client working part-time. It's not like I'm one of you.
She is... Yorda is angry.
I never imagined the day would come when we'd be
Got
fighting
it.
side
I'm
by
up.
side.
You're telling me. I thought you and him hated me after what I did back on Nemeth Island.
Nah, water under the bridge. Besides, if you were gonna backstab me, you'd have done it by now.
The least we can do is be cordial. Let's do our best.
I mean, I do like the portrait art, at least. The portrait art's pretty good, but...
Modify.
Leave the adjust. Understood.
Potter Mater!
Leave the adjustments to.
Looking to adjust your
They're
ordinance?
pretty good. They're pretty good. Where do I change my,
Switching to maintenance mode. Switching to
Looking to adjust your ordinance? Looking to adjust your ordinance? Shifting to maintenance mode.
No, then. Understood.
I'm up.
Okay with me calling you Yorda, yes?
Sure, whatever.
We were fine without everyone, honestly, but whatever. Why can't I just be alone?
Be careful. Let's begin.
At least Ren is here. Ren's pretty powerful. She has Death Blow, she has some good spells. Risha at least has a good S-craft. I gotta see the bright side in things.